appeared right now and said to you, okay, here's your big chance. The creator of all the worlds has sent me to you. You've been given the permission to ask one question only. What would you like to know? Anything at all. What will your question be? I've been thinking about this for a while, seriously. I mean, some people will probably not have any questions at all to ask. They'll just be mute. But I'm guessing that the majority of us will say, why me? Why am I here? What plans have you got for me? What is my purpose? And then the angel will say, oh, that's too many questions. Next. But let me make it more practical for you, because there's no angel coming today. What do you really want? What are you seeking from life? If I ask you right now, take a piece of paper and write down what you really want from life. It doesn't matter what it is. No judgment from me. Whatever your heart's desire, just put it down. Come and see the long list that people will write. I can just see that list right now. Number 1, I want money. Good relationship, a husband, a partner, a wife, my soulmate, a friend. I need a big house, a picket fence with beautiful, luscious gardens. I like nice cars, Mercedes, Ferrari, Bentayga. I want kids, maybe 2 or 3 well-behaved children, ones that you can ask them, sit down and they'll listen. I want to be able to travel the world, go to nice places, see the wonders of the world. I want to be able to pay for whatever it is my heart desires. That list. All right. It's okay. But you know what I've realized from all my experiences? It's not really what you want. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. The things that we consider the nice things of life. It's just that it's not really what we want. If you say to me, okay, Sylvia, how do you know what I want? I mean, prove it to me. How do you know these things are not the things I want? Let's say that you wrote down the perfect man or woman. Let's say that angel actually came and decided to grant you your wish, but says to you, I can grant you that wish, that perfect man or woman, but there's a caveat, which you might want to hear before you decide. I can give you that wonderful relationship, but the caveat is that the guy will love you. He'll dote on you. He'll be the best husband or wife possible. He'll run around for you, be everything you wish for. But you will never be happy. You will never feel fulfilled. You will be so sad, no matter what he or she does. Every time you see them, you won't feel any love. He'll love you, but you just can't feel it. No joy, no happiness, and your life will just be without meaning. But there you go. You'll have the perfect relationship. He'll worship you for as long as you live and do everything for you. The most perfect partner. If you said it's a career, well, there you go. You get the best career in the world. You'll earn the most amount of money that you could ever deserve. You'll be the boss's boss. But it's the same caveat. You feel unfulfilled, unhappy. You feel empty inside every time you go to that job. So, I'll ask you again, after all that long list, what do you really want? If they came with all that caveat, would you still choose them? That nice house, that travel, that doesn't do jack for you. Will you still want them? So what do you really want to write on that piece of paper? Could it be something much simpler? Something like this, maybe. I just want to be happy. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel joy. I want to feel alive. I want to be useful. I want to know that I matter. So that long list you made of things was only because you thought that those will give you the real things that you want. Why do we never go to the root cause of a problem? Why do we always want to fix the symptoms? I want Mercedes, I want Bahamas, but the root of the problem is that I want to be happy. I want to feel fulfilled. Because if that partner or that job or that car or that house didn't do squat for me, I don't think I'll want it. I'm not going to feel fulfilled. So what's the point? In that case, I will say to you that you lied to me. It's really not what you want. But in actual fact, you wanted to feel fulfilled. You wanted to feel loved. You wanted to be happy and joyful and excited. You want to have the meaning of life. You only made all that list because you thought that would give you what you really want. That happiness and that joy and that fulfillment. But as we journey on this planet, those who are seeking enlightenment and who are becoming more and more self-aware are beginning to realize that the only way to get this is to go to the root of the problem, not by addressing the symptoms. So what you should have written is, I want a sense of total well-being all the time. Not just momentarily when I get a new job or when that Ferrari shows up. I want to be happy now. Because here and now is all I've got. Tomorrow is not promised. So I want to feel loved today. I want to be joyful and fulfilled. I want my life to have meaning. A wise person will say, how can I achieve that? And that is where their spiritual journey begins. The answer is going to the root of the problem. Because how many times has that list been ticked and you get that temporary buzz and you say, oh yeah, have you seen my new car? And then a year from now, it hasn't been washed for weeks because the euphoria is gone. You're on to the next thing and another thing and another thing. You have all that excitement building up. But when you finally do it, you're like, was that it? You mean it's all done? Is that it? And more needs are being met. And yet, less fulfillment. You say to yourself, if I can just solve this problem. I want to move from this country to the other one. If I can just move and live somewhere else, my life will finally start. And then you move, and if I can just pay my rent, if I can just, and still not fulfilled. So you eventually get to that point where you wake up and say, I want to be happy without conditions. I want to feel turned on inside, not because there's a Ferrari. I want to be turned on all the time. So when that angel asked me, it was a short answer. A wise person would have said straight away, I want to be happy all the time, to feel joy, feel fulfilled. I want to wake up regardless of what I have and say, come on, it's a brand new day. It's going to be wonderful. Let's go get it. And is that possible for all of us? Of course it is. There are those on this planet already living like that. But we make the mistake of thinking that we need all these things to get there. And that these things will eventually turn us on. Yes, maybe for a short, teeny period. Because who wants to win the lottery and they say, oh, please, can you return it back next week? No, I want it for life. I want to find happiness and joy and fulfillment that's everlasting. So how can we get turned on even when we don't have those things? Because not everybody is going to buy a Bentley. How can we find joy regardless of what the world sees as our limitations? It's easy. Joy never left you. Happiness did not go anywhere. Fulfillment has always been there. But it's been covered with all the dross and all the distractions of thinking that we need something to keep it there. You can't be in Moscow and take the train to Moscow. But you can be in Moscow and get so distracted that you forget that you're in Moscow. We think we will find these things in objects, in people, in places, but that dross that's covering that happiness is still there and needs to be carefully peeled off. But it turns out the best way to peel it off is service to others, not just thinking about ourselves. That is guaranteed to revitalize and uplift you much more than anything that you wrote on that list. Serve the needs of others and your own needs will be fulfilled. Give of yourself and watch the universe give more to you. It's not rocket science. It's the true meaning of life, with or without that long list that we are always wanting to achieve. Until next time, Take good care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.